Good morning, everyone. And I would like to share an idea today, something that came to me during this week, B'siyata Dishmaya. I think it's a beautiful message to share. So Yosef reveals himself to his brothers, and he says, Ani Yosef od avichai. So granted, he knew that his father was still alive. I know there's different pshat. We're going to go beyond the pshat today. So what was Yosef, and his brothers are looking at him. They're like, wait, this is Yosef? Right? So what was Yosef saying to them? So granted, all those years ago, 22 years, right, when Yosef was 17 years old, and he's learning with his father. He's his father's favorite. He has a special tunic, and, he has dreams. And in a way, who can't have dreams? When you're living a life like that, and you're being taught by Yaakov Avinu, and Yaakov knew that Yosef was going to be a leader for his family. So it's natural. Yosef has these dreams. So what happens? When he comes to his brothers, and they say, let's throw him in the pit, and let's see what comes of his dreams. So in a way, they're saying, everything's fine, when everything's good to have these dreams, but we're going to throw you down into a pit. We're going to cast you down, and then let's see what are your dreams. And as we know, Yosef gets sold as a slave. He goes to Potiphar's house, and even there he has a Yerida, because he did have some type of Yerida by Ashes Potiphar. He gets thrown in prison. And even there, comes the Sarah Mashkim, and he thinks, this is my ticket out. And he says to the Sarah Mashkim, remember me. And that Hishtadlus costs him another 2 years. So he gets, in a way, thrown down again. And you would think, after having a life like this, with his ups, and the downs are real downs, a person might say, so maybe, what are my dreams? Maybe I was just dreaming. So no. What does Yosef say to his brothers? He says, Ani Yosef od avichai, the Av, the foundation of who I am. That is still alive. That's what kept me going all of these years. I think it's an important message for us, because a lot of times through life, maybe however many years ago, when I was a teenager, when I was in my lower 20s, I had dreams. I had a potential. I saw this is who I want to be. Then maybe just however life is, there's its ups and downs, and sometimes the downs are very, very down. And we've been cast into a pit. And we start to look back on life and then say, maybe I have to make new dreams. Maybe those were the old dreams. Those dreams are not possible now. But no. The Av of who we are, our foundation that never dies. As I heard in a shir from Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson on Modeh that the neshama cannot become tameh. The neshama in us is always tahor. Even if we're sinning, our neshama remains tahor. It cannot be defiled. But the problem is that the Yetzer Hara wants us to think that it is. The Yetzer Hara wants us to think that now that you've sinned, it's over. And even if you're going to say, you fall and you get back up, because it says in Mishlei, Shevi Yipol Tzadik, Vikam, the tzaddik falls 7 times, and he gets back up, and they'll say, and from the falling is when he gets back up. But that's 7 times. What if it's 70 times, 700 times, 7,000, 70,000, 700,000 times I've fallen? So enough is enough. I've fallen enough, and the dream is over. So no. To remember, the dream is never over. And to remember, it could very well be from all the falling and all the lessons learned is what I know for myself is what I need. And hopefully one day we'll say, when I finally get to that dream of who I know I would love to be, I get glimpses of it. I get even sharing this right now. This is a part of my dream of who I am. So one day, when I get to wherever there is, I know we all have a certain picture sometimes of, we feel like when we get there, we'll know that we've hit a certain point where we're really living who we could be, what our potential is. So the key to never give up on that. And then when we reach that point one day, everything else will make sense. We'll be able to point to this thing. This year read and be like, now I understand. And sometimes we're going to meet someone and we're going to be able to help someone, and maybe even help myself, and be like, that's over there. I learned that from there. And then we'll start to really see the godless of Hashem, even in the downs. And that's where Rav Tzadok says in Tzidkas HaTzadik, and it's a slippery slope that a person doesn't sin saying that, and I'll do teshuvah, and this is what Hashem wants. But no, that afterwards, we'll be able to do teshuvah me'ava, because even the low points and even our yeridos will see Hashem had a plan. I just want to share, that I had this idea this week, that this Ani Yosef Od Avichai. So I have a friend who teaches in Frisch, and he has a Hasidus class, and he was trying to teach them about Mashiach. About the problem is that we're in a gullus. A lot of times we're in a gullus mind frame, that we're stuck in gullus, and that if we look around us, we should really start to really see, if we haven't yet, that we are in a time that is very ripe for Mashiach to come. We're seeing it around us. But we could say after thousands of years in gullus, so what's going to happen? What's the fear? Maybe I'll get my hopes up. And then, Chas v'shalom, Mashiach doesn't come right now. And we'll be disappointed. It could put us into a depression and like, I got my hopes up again. And didn't come to fruition. But, and he was saying to his class that he was quoting me. He brought me because more than probably around 25 years ago, 22, 23 years ago, having excitement for life. That's who I am. And that I had gone through a broken engagement. So he was telling his class that, after I got over the broken engagement, it wasn't easy, but, and I went back to dating. And he was telling them, when I started going out with someone, I started to get excited. The same Yosef as always. And he says, even I remember my Rebbetzin said, Yosef, maybe, pump the brakes a little bit. Calm down. Remember what happened last time. And then I was at the pizza place with my friends, this friend of mine also. And they were starting to have the same sentiments and started to say, and I said to them, no. Because when the one comes and I'm excited about it, I'm going to ride it up. I'm going to ride that wave. Because what if it's, what do I, me, Yosef? I'm going to just be like, maybe, and then, I guess it was. No, because I can't live that way. As we say in davening in the morning in Birkas Kriya Shema, Or Chadash Al Tzion Toyer V'nizkech Lanu. Right? Every morning it's a new light. So this week so I had this idea about this Od Avichai, and I shared it with him. And in a way, we could ride each wave to each wave. And it's also happened to have been, I listened to a share about that this week at Rosh Chodesh Teves is the yahrzeit of Rebbe Meir. And a lot of people have the segula of Elka de Meir Aneni. And if you have if you lost something, you have to find it. That all people are considered blind, and you could give tzedakah to Kupas Rebbe Meir. It happened to be that these glasses, my progressives, which are great. Anyone, I bought into progressives about a year ago. I have to thank the Machatanim, so he told me, right, David Sheffy, thank you. It's a shout out because told me go with the progressives, and that's great. And I really enjoy them. Happened to be the other morning, because I put them right on my bed. I couldn't find them, so I grabbed my spare glasses. It was 2 days going with just, once again, having to take my glasses off in order to read and different things. So finally yesterday, I decided, you know what? Log on to the Kupas Kola Rebbe Meir. I'll give tzedakah, that all people are considered blind. Remember once one of my kids thought that, because my wife does it a lot, so they thought she was saying that all people are considered blonde until Hashem opens their eyes. It's a blonde joke. We could always throw in a joke there. So I decided, you know what, let me try it. And I wonder where my glasses are, because searching the room cannot find them. So finally this morning, I was thinking, okay, I haven't found them yet. And, I have my glasses on and I'm going, getting ready to leave. And I said, you know what? Maybe they're in the pillowcase. Maybe with the pillow in the case they fell. I'm checking the pillowcase. They're not there. But then I look on my bed mattress. There are glasses. Wait a second. Those are my spares. Wait, if those are my spares, what am I wearing? I'm wearing my progressives. And it's amazing, right? So I found them. So someone could ask me, where did you find them? I don't know. Actually, so Hashem let me find them, and I can't even point to where they were. Maybe sometimes that's in life. We're going to find ourselves. And someone will say, how did you get there? I mean, I know a lot of ways I get there, but sometimes in the end, we're just going to be able to say, I have no idea, but Hashem just led me and put me there. So in this Erev Shabbos, Parshas Vayigash, and I know for myself I could say, Ani Yosef od Avi Chai. Good Shabbos.